Remember when I was in business school, I was trying to decide, do I go into marketing or finance? Marketing or finance. And one of my marketing professors said, and you've probably heard this old adage, said, Steve, here's a way to think about marketing. People don't buy drill bits because they want a drill bit. They buy a drill bit because they want a hole in the wall. Anybody ever hear that? So I heard that back in the 80s. Walked around for 30 years thinking, oh, people don't buy drill bits. They buy the drill bit because they want the hole in the wall, the impact of the product. Wonderful. It's true. But then last year somebody said to me, wait a minute, why does somebody want a hole in the wall? Who wants a hole in their wall? Anybody here want a hole in their wall? No, you put a hole in their wall with the drill bit because you're going to need a place to put those little anchors. Why do you put the anchors in the wall? You need some way to hold up the shelf brackets. And why do you want shelf brackets in the wall? You need a place to put your shelves. And why do you want to put shelves in the wall? Because you have these great pictures of your kids you want to put on the shelf. And why do you want to put your pictures of your kids on the shelf? Because you want to sit at your desk and say, I love my children. Think about that, laddering up from a drill bit to, I love my children. Now let's translate that to your business. There are things you do, tools, drill bits, put holes in the wall, putting anchors in the wall. It's all for the purpose of getting your customer to the point of something analogous to, I love my children, which might be, I want to have this wonderful feeling in the home I live in. I want to be able to sell this home so we can move into our dream next chapter of our lives. You're trying to discover those important things customers care about at the highest level and then show why you are the perfect partner to ladder them up to those ultimate benefits. And that's what a we relationship does. So let's think for a moment. When thinking about your customers, take a moment. How many of them, when thinking about you, think we, and how many think us and them? Just ponder that question for a moment. And we're on page 11 in our book. When thinking about the relationship with you, how many of your customers think we, and how many think us and them? Any comments from anyone? Or you could tell me, what are the characteristics of a we customer versus an us and them customer? Anyone have any thoughts?
Shared goal.
Shared goal. When the customer feels that your goals are in sync with theirs, of course it's more likely to be we. We all know that. If somebody's trying to sell us something and you feel like they're trying to get something for them, you don't feel we. But when you believe that person who's providing you a service or offering you a service has your goals in mind, you have shared goals, no doubt about it. What else is a characteristic of a we customer? Or anyone who share an example of how many we customers they think they have?
A shared experience.
Shared experience. We'll talk about that a lot today, is how we co-create stories with our customers with shared experiences. In fact, we'll get into this when we move into our material on Ditch the Pitch in a few minutes, which is that, we tend to think of stories as being like storytelling, and storytelling is amazing. Listen to The Moth, it's fabulous, a great storyteller. If you think about it, however, most of the stories we know in our lives were not told to us. They were co-created with other people. You have a really good friend and you share a story of your relationship. You have shared experiences in the past that you share the memory of those experiences, shared idea of what you like to do together. You didn't form that shared story because one of you told the other person. You co-created that together. So shared experiences is how you form those we relationships, those shared stories, no doubt about it. Any other thoughts on how many of your customers think we versus us and them, or what are characteristics of a we relationship? Yes?
I always say us and we and our, and the customers and the clients, I call them clients, I don't know.
Right.
But they love it because they feel like you're their family more than an adversarial party that's just trying to make a sale.
What's your name?
Maria.
Maria said you can often use the word we or us when you're talking to a customer. It's a really good idea. Now, obviously, if you think that's not appropriate, you'll know, right? But I think that's a really good idea, is to speak in terms of we as often as you can with your clients. Yes?
When we do events or open houses, I try to include the clients by saying, thank you for all the work you've done to prepare the home for this, and all, because they've done a lot of work into this.
The client's done a lot of work to make that happen, haven't they? Yeah, there's no doubt. There's a real collaboration in selling a home, no doubt. Maria mentioned something a moment ago. You like to call your customers clients. Wonderful. If you look at the bottom of page 10, you'll see a definition I gave you of a customer. It says a customer is anyone whose actions affect your results. If you look at the graphic at the top, page 10, you'll see customer actions lead to results. You don't actually create the results in your business, your customers do. So anyone whose actions can affect your results is a customer. A client is one type of customer. But think about this. So that's very important. Do you have any other customers who aren't either a buyer or a seller but fit this definition? Their actions affect your results? What's an example? Inspectors, no doubt, right. Designers, bankers. What's that? Appraisers. Any other referral sources, professionals, right? So yes, the client is maybe the most important customer, and most examples we will use today will be that client, that buyer or that seller. But everything we're going to discuss today also applies to the banker, the appraiser, the referral source. Are we helping them form these stories in their mind where they see you as the perfect partner? They believe they're in a we relationship with you. So when it comes time for them to do something, to act in some way that can affect your results, they are believing they should do that. So it's a good point. The client maybe being the most important customer, but let's think how everything we learned today can apply to anyone whose commitment affects your success. Because imagine if all those people we just mentioned, the banker, the appraiser, the inspector, the other professionals, and the buyers and sellers, if they're all committed to you, if they all have stories in their mind about how you can help them achieve the goals they want, are you going to be a more successful professional? Certainly. So thanks for bringing that up.